to Messages from the 90s. Or should I say, welcome me back to Messages from the 90s. It's been a while. I fell off the face of the earth for a little bit. But I am back. Had a lot of stuff going on at the end of the school year. Had to get my babies through testing. Birthdays. So celebrated my baby's 7th birthday. Then my daughter's birthday is coming up. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. But I am here with a hopefully brief message. I don't think it's going to require that much. I got a lot of decks here, but I don't think I'm going to use, I don't know if I'm going to use them all. I just know what I was drawn to before I started, so I pulled all the decks that I was drawn to pull. So I haven't really been getting a lot lately. And excuse me. Interesting. Sorry, just trying to make sure everything is turned the correct way. What was that? But what I'm gonna do is tell you what I've been, a little bit of information I've been getting, and this might be for a specific person. This might be for a specific element. This might be for a specific whatever sign. It might be for everybody. It might just be for me. But I will share what I have been getting the past, I don't even know the last time I did a video. So for the past 2 weeks for me. And then I'm going to do Blue Book. But I'm going to do it a little bit differently. Because I know in one of the videos I kind of went like down the line of pages that I have not written on. So I'm going to, as we get back into Blue Book and what God wants me to write down and share with you guys, I am going to, as of today, so whatever page I end up choosing randomly in the Blue Book, I will be working backwards up into the pages that I missed. Or that I have not written on, put it that way. So, scripture, information, scripture. I will be pulling some cards. Like I said, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decks in front of me. I have other ones, but I really wasn't called to those. I may use all 5. I may not. Not trying to do a time limit on this, even though I want to, because I don't necessarily know what the cards, I mean, hopefully it don't go into a full-on story. But the message that's 4:12, 1 o'clock for the past 2 weeks that I have been getting is, what's the best way to put this? So focus on yourself. So this is for people who are constantly going to bat for other people, constantly martyring yourself for other people, like putting yourself on the line, maybe even pouring from an empty cup. You're giving your last $5 to somebody they don't know. It's not like you're going out and screaming from the rooftops. And not to say that you keep this quiet either if you are going through things, but you're not out here just constantly telling people you're going through things, you're going through it, you're finding ways to, cope, and even in the midst of your situations, you are still pouring into others. You're basically giving from an empty cup. So in that, you're not giving as much to yourself as you're giving to other people. Whereas, yeah, this person may be in need, but you have a need as well that you are refusing to meet because you're meeting other people's needs. I feel like there's people that has stopped that mentality, or you're being called to stop that mentality. You're being shifted or guided away from doing that. And it's not, because I'll be honest, I've had this realization, and it's not from a selfish standpoint. It's not from a place of malice, but it's more so of a place of God is telling you it's time to put more into you than what you've been giving to other people. I'm glad that you can give to other people, that you can love other people, but when are you going to love yourself that way? When are you going to pour into yourself that way? You go out to bat for these people, but are you batting for yourself? Are you rooting for yourself? Are you looking and rooting for yourself too? And are you clapping for yourself like you're doing for other people? Because a lot of the times, a lot of you probably don't have somebody who is actually reciprocating that energy towards you. So you are pouring from an empty cup. People aren't celebrating you like you celebrate other people. People aren't helping you like you may be helping other people. You are the friend that you need, because other people cannot be that friend. And it's not nothing against them. Now, granted, some people may be doing it on purpose, with intention, but a lot of people don't know. They can only give from where they are and what they have, right? So this is for people who operate on a higher love level, where you're willing to sacrifice yourself for the greater good of other people. You want everybody to succeed. You want everybody to win. Even people who have done you wrong, even people who may not understand you, understand your vision, understand your sights. You are being called to see yourself the same way you see other people. To bet on yourself, to root for yourself, to pour into yourself, to refill your cup, not to just pour it out onto other people. And it's not to say that you can't help people, but you have to love people with boundaries. So if you are in a space where you're transitioning to that, I applaud you. It is a struggle, because I have to talk to myself daily about going outside of certain boundaries when it comes to people. The amount of care and concern that I was giving people wasn't reciprocated, and that's whether it's family, friends, love. So I have to give importance to me. I gotta be my best friend. I gotta be my number one fan. I gotta be my number one confidant. I gotta be the one to pick me up, along with God, because I rely heavily on God, and He's the only one who has been the main one to sustain me, which is another thing. And I know, excuse me, we hate to hear God, the higher power, the source of it all, the Alpha, the Omega, the one, the only, the tried, the true. But I really need y'all to understand that there is a God. There is something after this, and what you read in the Bible has been altered, which is why you should do so much research. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater because things have been changed, but you have a relationship with God to allow Him to open your eyes to the information that you need to receive and where you need your next step should go, right? Where you should go next. What information you should research to verify this other information. But I don't want you to look at what man has done with his hands and equate that to God, because you cannot equate man to God, right? No matter what man does, man will never be God. We will always be co-creator. When I say God has blessed me and got me out of some that only, like, it is movie type stuff, like you really would not understand. And when I say I've had experiences, is that a, oh, that's a hole, that was a spider. I've had experiences with God, with angels, with the afterlife, that I ain't die yet, so I can't say I'm that deep of an experience. Just beyond the veil. I myself have not went beyond, physically beyond the veil and came back. But what I've seen beyond the veil, what I've heard, what I've felt, what I've witnessed, there is a God, there is a higher source, there is someone above everything, all things, that created all things, right? So naturally, if He created us in His image, or her, she created, or them, they created us in their image, then image as well is eternal, right? So it's freaking mad. I should have shut the door. Sorry, you gotta freeze it out. The powers that God has, we do have internally, but not to the level and extent that God has. So I just want us to be mindful of, and it honestly, it takes the pressure off when you realize I actually don't control a lot of this stuff. It allows you to be happier when you realize, well, this is not in my control, but this is. I can change this. Let me deal with this. Because I can have a hand in this. This, I don't have a hand in. So the outcome, I'm going to have to, it doesn't mean that you can't be sad, angry, upset. It just means that you don't have to stay that way, right? Because that's not in your hands. That's not in your control. This is, you can change it. And the outcome is up to you. So if you're sad, upset, and angry, then we have to reflect on ourselves. What could I have done better? What choices could I have made differently, right? On the front of the book. And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Romans 12:2. 13:59 on the clock. You're going to have to shift your mind. I've been saying that. And aside from shifting your mind, you are going to have to be willing to break away from people, to not pour so much out of your cup that it leaves you empty while others are filled. And once again, it's not saying to be selfish. It's not saying to act with malice, hate, or whatever, to cause chaos, to hurt people. But you're going to have to put limits and boundaries on what you are able to give. Because as well, sometimes it's not even about you giving and you helping. Sometimes God does not want you to help. God does not want you to give. Sometimes God wants that person to go through what they're going through, and sometimes it can mess you up by going against what God needs, what they need. So you're being called to let go of the superhero complex, the need to save everyone and everything, the needs for everything to be perfectly congealed in a bubble. You're going to have to break that bubble. You're going to have to let it flow out, let it go out. You're going to have to stop putting on the cape every time they call you, every time they need advice, every time they need a favor. You're going to have to think about how many times have you been able to, those same people that call you for advice, for favors, money, this, that, whatever. How many times have you been able to go to those same people and reach out for help? And if you were able to, what was the consensus? Is it reciprocity in that relationship? Are they giving you the same as you're giving them? Like, if they're calling you 20 times a week, you needing advice, money, help, whatever, are you able to call them once and get sound, solid advice? I'm just going to say offhand, off rip, right? The ratio already says no, because if somebody is calling you and reaching out to you and needing you, relying on family, friend, lover, whatever, aside from your children, I mean, spouse, we're going to put that out there. But if they are relying or need to rely on you more than they rely on themselves, or vice versa, maybe it's you relying on them, and you need the reassurance, you need the help financially, you need this, you need the hookups, the connections. That's not reciprocity. It's not reciprocity at all. But even so, let's say the one time that they do help or offer, is it what you need? Is it beneficial? I'm just saying. I could give some, examples of where I, was getting my little pulls from, and I can give some life examples of just in my life alone where I can look and say, hey, this wasn't reciprocal. Yeah, I loved you. Yeah, you're my friend, or yeah, you're my lover. Yeah, you're my family member. But this relationship wasn't reciprocal. What I was giving you, you're not able to give me. You can't give me. You weren't willing to give me. You weren't trying to give me. You weren't even trying to give an alternative. Right? It's a time for you to focus on you. Give when you're called to give. Do when you're called to do. And always out of, the abundance of your heart. But do not, no longer bleed yourself for other people. Do not, no longer be a martyr for other people. People are going to have to meet you where you are. So, if you feel like you are at the best of your peak right now, they need to come and meet you where you are. If you know you're not, get yourself be better. If you know you are the person that's the draining person, that's not reciprocating, that's taking from somebody's empty cup, you may not know it's empty. But if that is you and you know, raise your vibrations to better work on yourself internally to figure out what it is that you need to heal, what it is you need to learn, what it is you need to do to become a better you, to create a better life. That's that. 2035. Alright, so let's pick a random bitch. Alright, because I feel like I want to throw up on this page. I might read the next page too, but we got Matthew 5:8. Blessed are the pure of heart, for they shall see God. Matthew 19:26. With God, all things are possible. So, I'm going to mark blessed as the backtrack. Display. 1:55 on the clock. 5/3/24. Oh my gosh. Freaking May. $21.50. Alrighty. So I was being kind of called to do this a little bit differently with the cards. Go throughs first, and then kind of work backwards. So let's quicker stuff. Oops. Cotton's up. Cotton's up. You need to be saving this. So we got root chakra. So you need to get grounded, get focused. Maybe you need to go outside, stand in nature, stand in a patch of dirt for 20 to 30 minutes every day. You need to find balance, stability, foundation. Throat chakra. So throat chakra, work on communication, speaking, truth, stress, rest your body. You need to forgive them. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Right? So maybe you've been feeling like, hey, it's unfair. These people don't show me the love and, that I deserve or that I give. Forgive them. Like I said, a lot of people are not equipped to, they don't understand third eye chakra, your intuition, your discernment, more focused on you, how you see things, view things. Faith without works is dead. So you need to put in the work, and that includes the work on yourself. You're going to have to make decisions. You're going to have to move. You're going to have to move people. Your inner child needs you. So you need to work on your inner child. Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. Once again, it's in your hands. There's things that you can control. There's things you can't control. Start believing again. Things are changing. Things are getting better. Ask and you shall receive. So start believing again. Ask and you shall receive. Give grace. So give grace to those people. Give grace to yourself. Give space. Understand that we are all human. Choose love. Self-love. Love for God. Love for others. Judge not. For what judgment you judge, you shall be judged. So this is when it comes to minding your business, drinking your water, being responsible and accountable for yourself. Look at that. Look what just fell out. We got two cards that fell out. You aren't drowning. Stand up. And you can't save everyone. So take off the cape. That's not to say that you can't save anyone. But you can't save everyone. It is not your job to. We are all here to do different jobs. And I honestly feel like some of us are here to reach certain people. And other people are here to reach the ones that we couldn't heal. So for those of you who know you need to heal, do that work, that inner child. So works without faith is exhausting. So you need to get back in the game altogether, right? You need to put in the work and you need to have faith while you're doing it. Start believing again that He has not forsaken you. God is still in the miracle business. He will never leave you nor forsake you. And when you feel like He hasn't. He's making room for you. And He's lightening your load. That's because it said learn. Load. Learn something new. It's okay to cry. Cry if you must, but don't give up. Know that you are loved. Here we go with this move. Move places, houses, cities, states, countries. Heart chakra. All you have is all you need. I think I'm going to play a snippet of my song I'm about to release after I'm done with this video. Just because I don't know. I own the copyright, so they shouldn't flag it. And if they do, what I'm supposed to do? I can't sue myself. It's my stuff. But other way, alright, how do we want to do this? We're going to do messages from the 90s. I'll come back in a little bit and do individual signs. Because I know I owe a few signs some readings, but it is what it is. Alright. What do we have for this general read for the collective? What do we have for everyone out there? What do they need to know? So we got two cards that just fell out in this order. So Hasta La Vista in reverse, Six of Swords in reverse, the Terminator, and Three of Cups in reverse. The 70s show, we're still rocking in Wisconsin. We're all alright, we're all alright. Hello, Wisconsin. What else for this energy? Sorry. So right now I feel like this is embracing the uncomfortable, the change. This could be just you not taking a break, you doing the work. We got Knight of Swords, Angel. You never know your strength until you're tested. So you're embracing this journey, embracing the uncomfortability. Maybe even embracing the monsters, the demons, the things you have to fight for what you love, what you hold dear. Hakuna Matata. What else for this energy? Richie Rich. Four of Pentacles. I'm sure he'll be really happy to see what we've done while he was gone. The profits from every division have gone up on a record-breaking rise. Let's find out what this Richie Rich energy is. Well, this is Four of Pentacles, Richie Rich energy, on top of Hakuna Matata. What is this Four of Pentacles? Sorry, got cards escaping. So we got the Chariot still. I think it says I can never make the free throws. Yeah. Okay, so knowing your limits, your boundaries. Saving. Let's pull another one. What else for this general energy? Four of Pentacles and the Chariot. The Chariot on top of Four of Pentacles. What is this Chariot on top of the Four of Pentacles? Home Alone, Four of Wands. I made my family disappear. Okay, so holding back, knowing your boundaries, maybe literally saving money, not putting out or not spending as much as you used to. Maybe it's your emotions that you've been honing in, like anger, annoyance, irritation. I don't know how to explain it. But moving towards your boundaries and knowing your boundaries, it's moving you towards breaking this tradition, creating these new traditions, interrupting this cycle, whether it's with your actual family, your birth family, the one you created, community family, work family. You're moving towards celebrations, excitement. And there we go. Set it off. I don't ever want to pick up, but whatever. We gotta act like nothing's different. King of Pentacles. So this may be an abundance, an inheritance. You might be feeling like you robbed a bank. Hopefully you're not really robbing a bank. But it's going to feel like that. And I'm getting it's whatever God has been doing in the background. Maybe this is also everybody else thinking, you know, they're going to have a piece of it, but the truth is only one makes it out of this group of friends. Only one of them makes it out. Everybody else martyrs themselves in the end. Only one makes it out, and that's interesting. That only one makes it out. Only one makes it out with the money, and that was Stony. Her name was Stony. No, this ain't Stony. This is Steel, but he looked like he in rock wear or whatever. He looks like a rock or a steel or a stone. They technically were like family, the only family they knew. Their family circle was disrupted. Their cycles were disrupted. While they broke curses, they followed through on other ones. Trust the process. Trust in the feeling, but it's all we got 7 of Wands. Friday, you win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. And this is what I mean by, hey, some things you can control, some things you can't. In this situation, there was a lot of things that could be controlled. Some stuff it could not be. Only one person made it out of this. Stony. She knew her limits, her boundaries, what to do in order to be the last one standing. She knew when to give, when to let go. Even when she didn't want to let go. You win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. This is you living to fight another day. And maybe that's what you need to tell other people. Hey, it's okay. Sometimes we take some L's, we turn those into lessons though, and we keep pushing. Just do it. Just follow. What else for this collective energy? What else for anyone out there who is listening to this? 44:18. Oh, we got Angel's counterpart, Buffy. And we got another one falling out, the World. Well, Buffy takes on the World. Alright, we got 5 of Swords. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. In every generation, there is a chosen one. She alone shall stand against the vampires, demons, and forces of darkness. She is the Slayer. And then we got the World. Boy meets world. Life is hard. Wear a helmet. So we got that on top of Just Do It. I'm really getting that it's go to bat for you once again, go to war for you. If you're gonna fight, make sure you include yourself in that fight. It's not to say that you can't fight for other people, but make sure you're standing up to all of these vampires, demons, and forces of darkness for you as much as you're doing it for other people. Make sure the bullets that's being shot at you is worth it. Make sure those bats that's gonna come out the darkness, it's for a reason, right? If you're gonna end up bloody and bruised, make sure you are the reason or are included in that reason. I honestly feel like this cycle is calling an end to this cycle, to this rotation, revolution, or maybe that's what this is, a self-revolution. And they got the Wheel of Fortune and Judgment. Choosing to put you first. Whitney Houston, the Hierophant. And it says, I'm either my best friend or my worst enemy. So I feel like you're definitely, and if you're not, hopefully you're choosing to be your best friend and not your worst enemy. I'm hoping you're choosing to do what makes you feel alive and well, that's wholesome and good and godly. It doesn't hurt other people. I'm hoping you're choosing organic versus tradition, organization. Organic versus organization. We got Nine of Swords, just saying, intercept message. If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again. What is this Nine of Swords for the collective? Eight of Cups, don't even go there, Tweety Bird. What is this Eight of Cups on Nine of Swords? We got Page of Pentacles. King and Kel, is it true? Is it true? And that was in reverse. There might be a past connection that might be trying to come back, that you're being called to not bother with, to not go back to not start over, to not try again with, to not do it. whatever this is, whether it's a business connection, friendship, it's not true. And we got, I don't know, maybe it's a friendship. Let's see, what's this one I filled up? Lovers. Still could be a friendship, but we got the lovers. Martin and Gina, give me the luscious. So this relationship, or this past connection, whether it's friendship, relationship, situationship, I'm getting that it might be a little immature, or was immature. One second. Aside from a relationship or a partnership, this just could simply be about doubting yourself, doubting your abilities, doubting who you are, and not pouring that love and care into you. And that would be Selena. Queen of Wands, Selena. If you have a dream, don't let anybody take it away. For anything or any way or any reason. Like I said, it's time to start pouring into you the way you pour into other people. The way you show up for other people. You're being called to show up for yourself. $53.13 to 27. So we got the Swan. So I feel like you're being called to do it with grace, with love, with compassion, but to show up and show out, to be you. Also, your reflection, what you are on the inside reflects back out. What else for this general energy? For the collective. We got the Fox. So I'm hearing be cunning, but maybe not like in that aspect. Just be wary, have discernment. Weary or leery. Have discernment. Keep your ears open, your eyes peeled. Use your smarts. when necessary. One more for this collective energy. So we got owl. So once again, with eyes, vision, so seeing in the daytime, seeing at nighttime, seeing in the air, the land, the water, wisdom, using your wisdom, your knowledge, maybe even, you know, calling it out, speaking it, you know, owls hoot, or they're the signalers, they give the warning. They got that 360 neck. And you can see it from all angles, all sides. Alright. We're going to, even though we said take off the cape, we are still doing marble cards. And we're going to do the energy we need, the superhero we need to stop being. The superhero the collective needs to let go of. The superhero persona the collective needs to let go of. Mystique. So you need to let go of what you see is never what you get. So maybe you need to let go of having, oh, that superhero persona. Being one person and being another. Being down but nobody knowing that you're down. Pouring from an empty cup. Feeling like you don't fit in and trying to blend in. Let's do one more. What else do they need to give up? Maybe piecing yourself together for people. And you need to choose who you're going to be. Black Widow, look twice, sleep once. So, I'm not going to say be reckless. Because I don't think it would call for you to be reckless. But let's see. So for Mystique, you're being called to go below the surface and seek the deepest truth in yourself and others with compassion and grace. And then you have Black Widow. So it says it's being asked to be a peacekeeper, lending your composure to mediate conflicts between friends or co-workers. Embrace the spirit of temperance and know that your forethought, strategic thinking, and diplomacy will never lead you astray. Black Widow's a measured spy who doesn't make a move without a plan, and you are being guided to follow suit. So while I do think that is important, it's also have a plan and make sure Once again, you are not acting outside of the boundaries you have set up. You can't be a peacekeeper and mediator for everyone and everything. So what does the general collective need to do or need to embody? What superhero energy do they need to embody? 130, 234. Wolverine. When I'm alone, I'm in great company. So you need to embody Wolverine. And Wolverine is pack a bag and grab some road snacks because the iconic loner has arrived and it's time for a solitary adventure. Wolverine may be cranky and gruff, but he also understands the importance of time to turn inward, trusting his inner wisdom. You are being called to do the same. Make time to spend a weekend in nature, or even commit to more alone time each day. And once again, I think it's just the overall vibe of giving more to yourself than you do for others. Being a hero for yourself than you are for others. What are you really protecting? In my eyes, I'm beautiful. So why are you really doing it? If you don't feel like you're being called to do it, if you feel like you're obligated to do it, that's not a good enough reason. Alright. Let's do Word from the 90s. Shawshank Redemption. Hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. Ten things I hate about you. You don't always have to be who they want you to be. You don't. And I hope you know that. It's okay to be you. I'm the baby. Gotta love me. People are sure love you regardless, not just because you're the baby. And they're going to love you regardless, not just because you're the baby. Forrest Gump. Stupid is as stupid does. So you're not being called to follow everyone else. You're being called to make your own mark, to move in your own way, to make your own lane. Forrest Gump again. My mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And then Home Alone. You guys give up yet? Or are you thirsty for more? Alright, y'all. That's it. That's all. I think.